So for today, I'll be discussing how Microfocus can help you build and secure your software fast using our Fortify on demand. So again, my name is Eugene Gregorio. I'm the current technical security consultant for Microfocus, and I'm based here in the Philippines. Okay, so let's start with why do we need application security? So application security, as you know, is a very important critical part of a software development life cycle. So we can start um, by giving you a short history of what had been happening. So the past year, a lot of enterprise or organization had been releasing a lot of different application. So around 46% of different enterprise are releasing new application, and 80% of this application have an open source component, which means those components can be easily found over the web, which may have different vulnerabilities on it. And because of this, since there's a need for fast um, and rapid deployment of different application from the data, around 208 times more frequent they are releasing the application, 100 times faster, and the need for recovery is more than 2,600 times the time to recover. But as you can see, in these DevOps life cycles, there is a missing critical component. The missing critical component is security. As you can see, in the DevOps, security are done at the later stage of the development of the software. So why is there a need for security, and why is it being left out? So the first reason is that it's a specialist discipline. So you need the special skills or the right skills of the person to do the security for your application. So you can do manual scanning, or you are dependent on the skill of that person to do a manual scanning. And again, one more thing is that security is driven by compliance, which is not the focus of DevOps. DevOps are there to provide functional code as fast as they can. So to be able to provide and develop that functional codes. So security and the compliance is not part of their requirements. And lastly, security creates too much noise. So whenever we are doing security at the end of the life cycle, you everyone is cramming to be able to remediate that the if we ever found out or if we do the scanning and found the vulnerability, to remediate that, everyone needs the developer need to do double time, or do it in the fastest way that they can to resolve that vulnerability. So as a result of that, a lot of web application had been released with critical or high severity, which means that enterprise are releasing application that have vulnerabilities. Mobile apps, around 88% of them have critical or high severity issue. And around 61% of the different apps, vulnerabilities are not covered by the OWASP top 10. So that which means that even they had released it, they had do an OWASP top 10 scanning on it, there are highly vulnerable vulnerability that can be found on that specific application. And as a result of this, these are the average cost of data breach, around 3.86 million per data breach. So right now, attackers are moving from the infra, uh, going to the application security, or application level. So you have your firewalls, IPS, and everything set up. But right now, the application attackers are like normal traffic. Whenever there is an application attack, it's on stealth mode. It feels like it's a regular traffic, or regular access going on that application. As a result of that, we need to strengthen our application security. So our solution is Fortify on Demand. So Fortify on Demand is a SaaS solution offered by Fortify, which allows you um, to grow or build software and allows you to buy as you grow program whenever you need it. So there are three things that we address in the how we integrate or how we put in security in the DevOps. So to make it into a DevSecOps, one is is integration. So FOD is easy to integrate. It allows you to integrate to the different tools that are currently being used by your developers. So there's no need to change tools. You just need to integrate our FOD on their current tools, whether it's via ADE or via Jenkins. So we have those integration methods. Another thing is to make it automated. So by doing automation, it allows you to save time. That way, you don't have to consolidate all the codes, and you just need to put it on in the SDLC and allows the FOD to be integrated or to do the automation in the scanning. And lastly, the ability to provide you an actionable result, which means that the result that we provide, the reports that we provide on the vulnerability of that particular application, whether it's on the open components or on the code, will be very usable for the very usable for the developer. So they have this specific line item of code in which they can pinpoint the vulnerability that had been found. So in our FOD fits within the SDLC. SDLC means software development life cycle. So whether it's on the development, whether it's on the QA, whether it's on the production, you can integrate our Fortify on Demand to do the security in the SDLC. So we have different approach in these are the holistic on-demand AppSec platform that we can do. One is to accelerate the AppSec program, which means that you don't have to deploy it on-premise or configure or procure an infra for our FOD. We have the toolchain integration, whether it's via Jenkins, via ADE, or via API. So we have that. We integrate with Azure. So the different tools that you're using, your developers are using, will still be used, and we just integrate our FOD on there in that. We have the open source analysis. So we provide open source analysis of your code. So if you have open source libraries included in that source code, we are able to do that with our partnership with Sonatype. So the result from Sonatype scan will be provided on our FOD portal, and FOD will be the one to provide that scan results to your developer. We are able to provide a risk identification using our static scan within minutes or within hours of completing the scanning of your source code. We also provide the best of the breed static, dynamic, and mobile scanning on that single platform. So you can do these three types of scanning on one single platform, and you purchase based on what you need. So if you have this certain number of application and you want to do scanning for static, dynamic, or mobile, you just need to provide those information, and we should be able to give you the number of assessment units that you'll be needing. And lastly, we are able to provide the service level, the different service level for the support that you'll be needing. So Fortify on-demand process, we have this simple process for our onboarding or for you to be able to use our FOD. First is our Fortify on-demand support. our technical account manager will do the onboarding. So they will show you how to use our FOD portal, allows you to create a deeper understanding on how we are going to do your application scanning. Then from there, you should be able to assess your current code, whether it's using a static scan or a dynamic scan. And your developer should be able to remediate those vulnerabilities using the report that we'll be providing on the portal. So our FOD allows you to integrate with your current tools, whether it's Azure, Jenkins, or using an IDE to be able to integrate it. And additional features of it is that you should be able to provide training using our portal. So depending on the language your developer is using, so you should be able to see there in the portal the different languages that you can avail training for that specific programming languages. So for RFOD, we have this type of assessment unit. So for the first one would be the static assessment. So it allows you to find critical security weakness in the source code. So we have two types of static scan. We have the static and the static plus. So static provides you allows you to do static code analysis, allows you to do open source analysis, and it can be automated as well, and provides you a real-time identification of the security assessment. So we support up to 27 coding languages with different around 810 unique vulnerabilities categories. And the main difference between static and static plus is that static plus allows you to have an access to the security expert that will who will do a manual review of your static code or your source code. So we have this in our FOD SAS assessment type. So for software composition analysis, the same thing. We have these assessment units that for open source components. We have an integration with Sonatype that FOD had been partnered with for the longest time. It allows you to have the integrated experience with the CI and CD pipeline. So our FOD also provides dynamic assessment. So dynamic assessment is the one that you will use for web application or different web application. So it allows you to simulate attack by testing or doing a vulnerability assessment on your running web application, whether it's on the production or on your test environment. So again, we have two types of assessment. We have the dynamic that allows you to provide the analysis using our web inspect, allows you to generate authentication macro, and it allows you to do continuous application monitoring as well. So again, we have the dynamic plus that adds manual testing of the website. So our FOD support, which is located in BGC Taguig, will do the manual testing for the website. So we have this. You have an access to this security expert who will do the manual testing. So they will test your web application but when you provide the FQDN and the username and access to that specific application. So this one is have around 250 plus of unique vulnerability categories, and allows you to provide virtual patches for all top web application firewalls. So you can generate the virtual patches for them using our FOD dynamic assessment. Lastly, we have the FOD mobile assessment. So if your application have this most of us or more of the enterprise right now are releasing their application in mobile. So you have the iOS and the Android system. So it allows you to do scanning for both. So it you can you can scan both application. Um, you can do iOS and you can do the Android application scanning. It is fully automated. It is designed for mobile app developers. So it mobile assessment provide the vulnerability analysis on either mobile binary or the source code of your mobile of your mobile application. We also have this mobile plus assessment, which provide the manual testing of the binary and of the source code as well. So Fortify portfolio allows you to do a hybrid deployment. So there we have several clients who have an on-premise setup. So the FOD can send reports on the on-premise setup. So if you ever have uh, currently some enterprise would want to do the scanning of their code on premise, so we can do that, and you can do the dynamic scan using our FOD. So we have hybrid deployment, so we can do hybrid deployment for our FOD. So FOD provide assistance in vulnerability remediation. So it allows you to provide it allows you to identify the line of code analysis trace on that specific vulnerability. It gives you different recommendation for you to be able to remediate that vulnerability. It provides you the different reports for your for compliance like OWASP, PCI, and SOX. It gives you a centralized portal to manage your application program. uh, Gives you and allows you to implement security policy for those different application. You can uh, give specific access to a specific application to a group of developers, so you can do that. Allows you to provide IDE and QA system integration, and provide a comprehensive metric driven dashboard. So your enterprise should be able to have this all these features using our FOD. So again, we have the training program in our FOD. So you can provide training, security training, training specifically for security to your developers. That way, they can practice the shift left or getting security involved in the development stage of the codes. So we have several integration with different training programs. One of them is the Secure Code Warrior for software development trainings. So we have these assessment types on our FOD. Again, so we have the SAS, DAS, and the mobile assessment. You can do single scan, or you can do a subscription. So a subscription scan allows you to have unlimited scan for that specific maintenance duration. So if you purchase 1 year maintenance duration, it will allow you to have an unlimited scan for that application. So these are the different assessment units, redeeming methods for assessment units. So like for example, you need static plus and you only need single assessment. So you'll be needing 2 assessment units. So if you need mobile application and you want to subscribe, you want it subscribe or have an unlimited scan for 1 year, you'll be needing 18 assessment units. So you'll be purchasing assessment units based on what you need. So Fortify on Demand allows you to have a faster go-to-market approach. It allows you to integrate with your current SDLC. It allows you to automate and towards DevSecOps, so putting security in between development and operations. Allows you to save and saves resources by finding the vulnerabilities at the early stage of the development. So Why do customers use our FOD? One is ease of use, deployment flexibility, and quality of results. So we have this uh, advantages for coming from our customers. We have this support cloud DevSecOps. So it allows you to increase your return of investment by moving towards automated security certification. Um, and provides you to identify and maintain the open source security controls based on your enterprise standard or practice. So it allows you to practice application security even if you don't have the infrastructure right now. So using our FOD will be an advantageous to your enterprise. So here are the different Fortify resources. Right now, we have four data centers, and currently one is being built in Singapore. So that would be five data centers as the business for SaaS is growing. So our management had made an approval on building a new data center in Singapore. So it will be closer to our APAC market. So we have this different support option. So Fortify on Demands allows you to have an access to our support. So we have our TAMs or technical account managers who are based in Taguig who will help you or allows you to raise support directly. So you don't have to go through partners to raise the support. So you can do chat or chat using the portals, and that will be the fastest way to reach our support. So we have different levels of support. We have standard, we have managed support. So if you procure more than 100 assessment units, a managed support is already included. So it saves you a lot of money for the support. So again, if you need to see different video demos. We have this CyberRes Fortify Unplugged channels in YouTube, so you can see how our Fortify on how easy it is to use our Fortify on demand, and even we also have videos of our Fortify on-premise solution. So if you need to see this demo, it's available and at our Fortify Unplugged channels. Then we have this Fortify online community. So not only having that YouTube channel, so you can inquire, you can look at our community and connect with the different users of Fortify. It allows you to, it will let you find different solutions and answers. Our technical team are also there. It allows you to stay more informed on the different releases of the products and enhancement that currently being that we are doing in Fortify. So here are the different credentials of Fortify. So we have very accurate scans. We have reduced the false positive because every scan we have this manual verification of the scans to check on the false positive, false negative of or false positive of the scan. It has been in the leaders quadrant of the Gartner for the past 10 years. So uh, um, our credibility has been established for application security testing. So we have this some Fortify on-demand customer success stories. So the largest one is using Coca-Cola FEMSA. So the challenge is to move and hosting the application security on cloud, which prompted the need for more structured application security for them to be able to identify the different vulnerabilities before they cause issue. So the solution for them is Fortify on Demand, which allow them to have full SOX compliance, comprehensive reporting, and easy process to do the application scanning. Here during the COVID times, doctor and demand. So uh, they were able to use the Fortify on demand to be able to uh, do the deployment and environment. So integration with Azure. Uh, we are able to test their web application, and at the same time we are able to do testing for their mobile application. Another client, Saltwater Security. So these are worldwide client. So they are able to uh, use our Fortify on demand for them to be able to detect vulnerabilities in their service matter within 24 hours. So they reduce the damage in their application. So data breach had been prevented, and allow service master to function. Another client is Tito. So we are able to provide them application security testing using our Fortify on demand. So that concludes my presentation for today. If you have some questions, our team yeah, will be happy to assist you or to give you more information on with regards to Fortify on demand or using our Fortify on demand as your application security testing.